Hello, my wonderful English learners. I'm so happy to have you back here with me today. Whether you're tuning in while cooking, walking, or just relaxing, thank you for spending this time with me. It truly means a lot. In this episode, we're going to dive into something super useful: natural phrases and everyday expressions. These little phrases might seem small, but they are the building blocks that make native English sound smooth and natural. I know sometimes when native speakers talk, it feels like they're speaking a different language fast and full of expressions you don't recognize. But don't worry, that's exactly why we're here. Today, I'll help you learn those natural phrases so you'll understand conversations better and sound more like a native speaker when you speak. Ready to make your English sound more natural and fun? Let's get started. Section 1. Why learning natural phrases makes listening easier. Have you ever been in a conversation or listening to a native speaker and thought, wait, what did they just say? Even when you know the words, sometimes it's the way they're put together. Those common phrases and expressions that make it tricky to understand. Here's the secret. Native speakers don't usually speak in single, isolated words. They use natural phrases, little chunks of language that fit together smoothly. These phrases help ideas flow fast and easy, but if you haven't learned them, they can feel like a big jumble. For example, instead of saying, "I am very tired," a native speaker might say, "I'm beat," or "I'm wiped out." Without knowing these phrases, you might get stuck trying to translate word by word, which slows you down. When you learn these natural expressions, your brain starts recognizing them as one unit, like a familiar pattern. This helps you understand faster and follow the conversation without getting lost. So, in today's episode, we're going to focus on these everyday phrases. I'll teach you some of the most useful ones, and together we'll practice hearing, saying, and using them. Step by step. Learning natural phrases is a powerful way to boost your listening skills and make your English sound more natural too. Ready? Let's keep going. Section 2. How to recognize natural phrases when listening. Now that you know why natural phrases are so important, let's talk about how to actually catch them when you listen. At first, it might feel like a blur because native speakers often say these phrases quickly and blend words together. But don't worry. With practice, your ear will get sharper. Here's a simple trick. Listen for groups of words that go together, like chunks or word blocks. For example, when someone says, "What's up?" or "How's it going?" Those are common phrases you want to hear as one piece, not separate words. To help your brain recognize these chunks, listen to short conversations or sentences that use these phrases. Repeat them out loud to get used to the rhythm and flow. Imagine how you would say these phrases naturally in your own conversations. The more you listen and practice, the easier it will be to spot these phrases automatically. Soon, you'll understand faster without thinking too much. In the next section, we'll practice repeating these phrases together. It's fun and super effective. Section 3. Practice speaking with shadowing. Copy native speakers. Now it's time for the fun part. Speaking practice. One of the fastest and most effective ways to improve both your listening and speaking skills is a method called shadowing. So, what is shadowing exactly? Imagine you're a shadow following someone's every move. When it comes to language, it means you listen to a sentence or phrase spoken by a native speaker, then immediately repeat it out loud, trying your best to copy the exact speed, rhythm, and intonation. You become like a language shadow. Why is shadowing so powerful? Here are a few reasons. It trains your brain and mouth to work together naturally. Your brain gets used to hearing English as it's actually spoken. With natural stress, connected sounds, and rhythm, and your mouth learns how to reproduce those sounds smoothly. It helps you develop an ear for natural English. By copying native speakers closely, you start to notice the subtle sounds and patterns that textbooks don't teach. It builds your confidence to speak more fluently. The more you practice shadowing, the more comfortable and natural your English will sound. It's like practicing a musical instrument. The more you do it, the better you get. It improves your pronunciation and intonation. By mimicking the native speaker's voice, you learn how to make your English sound more lively and expressive, just like a real conversation. Don't worry if you can't get it perfect right away. Shadowing is a skill, and it takes time and patience. The goal isn't perfection, but steady improvement. Even if you stumble or don't catch every word, keep going. Every time you practice, you're training your brain and your mouth. In today's episode, I'm going to guide you step by step. You'll hear a phrase or sentence, then you'll repeat it right after me. We'll start slow to help you catch every word, then gradually pick up speed to sound more natural. Remember, this is your time to practice, so don't be shy. Speak out loud with me. Feel free to pause the episode if you want extra time to repeat. Ready to become a language shadow and speak English like a pro? Let's get started and have some fun with it. Section 4. Break down real conversations. Understand every part. Now that you've practiced shadowing, it's time to take a closer look at real English conversations. Sometimes when we listen to native speakers, it feels like everything is going so fast, and we miss important words or phrases. But guess what? If you break conversations down into smaller pieces, they become much easier to understand. In this section, we'll take a natural conversation and slow it down, line by line. We'll explain tricky words, common expressions, and how native speakers link their words together. This helps you see the inside of spoken English, so you can catch more details the next time you listen on your own. Here's what we'll focus on. Connecting sounds. Native speakers often join words together, so they sound like one long word. For example, what are you doing can sound like what you doing. We'll listen carefully to these connected sounds and practice recognizing them. Common phrases and slang. Sometimes English isn't just about grammar and vocabulary, it's about everyday expressions people use all the time. I'll explain some of these to you, so you can start using them too. Intonation and emotion. The way someone says something can change the meaning completely. We'll pay attention to the tone, stress, and rhythm to understand how feelings and intentions come through in speech. Body language hints. If you're watching videos, although this is a listening practice, if you ever watch videos or talk to people in real life, noticing facial expressions and gestures will help you understand better. By breaking conversations down, you're training your brain to hear English the way native speakers actually use it. Naturally, smoothly, and full of meaning. Don't worry if it feels tricky at first. The key is to listen often, practice regularly, and be patient with yourself. Every time you break down a conversation, you get closer to understanding English effortlessly. Ready to dive in and explore the magic behind real English conversations? Let's do it together. Section 5. Use these easy tips to boost your listening every day. All right, now that you're getting comfortable with shadowing and breaking down conversations, let's talk about how you can make listening practice part of your daily life without it feeling like a chore. Here are some simple, fun tips that will help you improve your English listening naturally and quickly. Listen to English in your daily routine, whether you're cooking, walking, or commuting. Put on English podcasts, songs, or videos. Even if you don't understand every word, your brain is absorbing the sounds and rhythms. Use subtitles wisely. Start with subtitles in your native language, then switch to English subtitles and finally try watching without subtitles at all. This gradual change helps your brain learn to understand English on its own. Practice active listening. Don't just hear the words. Try to really listen and understand the meaning. Ask yourself questions like, what's the main idea? Or what emotion is the speaker showing? Repeat and review. Go back to short clips or phrases you find tricky, listen again, and shadow them. Repetition is the key to mastery. Mix it up. Listen to different accents, topics, and speeds. This makes your listening practice more interesting and prepares you for real-world conversations. Join an English conversation group or find a speaking partner. Listening and speaking go hand in hand. The more you hear English, the more you'll want to practice speaking it. Remember, the goal is to enjoy your English learning journey. When you make listening practice fun and part of your everyday life, you'll see progress faster than you think. So, pick 1 or 2 of these tips and start today. Even just 10 minutes a day will make a huge difference. Section 6. You don't need to be perfect. Just keep going. One of the biggest worries I hear from English learners is, what if I make mistakes? What if I don't understand everything perfectly? Let me tell you a secret. You don't need to be perfect to improve. In fact, aiming for perfection can slow you down or make you feel stuck. English learning is a journey, and mistakes are part of that journey. They're actually good. Each mistake you make helps you learn something new and get better. Here's how to keep going without stress. Accept that errors are normal. Everyone who speaks English, even native speakers, makes mistakes sometimes. It's totally okay. Focus on progress, not perfection. Celebrate small wins like understanding a tricky phrase or speaking a sentence without stopping. Use mistakes as learning tools. When you notice a mistake, gently correct yourself and keep practicing. Keep a positive mindset. Be kind to yourself and remember why you started learning English. Practice regularly. Consistency beats perfection. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day adds up. Remember, fluency isn't about being flawless. It's about communicating your ideas clearly and confidently. So keep listening, keep speaking, and most importantly, keep enjoying the process. You're doing great, and every step forward counts. Section 7. Build confidence by speaking every day. Now that you're practicing listening and shadowing, it's time to bring it all together by speaking regularly. Speaking English every day is the best way to build your confidence and make your learning real and fun. Here's how to get started. Talk to yourself. Yes, really. Describe what you're doing, tell a story, or share your thoughts out loud. It's a no-pressure way to practice speaking and get comfortable with English sounds. Find a speaking buddy. Practice with a friend, language partner, or even online groups. Speaking with others helps you learn real conversation flow and boosts your confidence. Use simple sentences. Don't worry about complicated grammar. Focus on making your message clear and natural. Celebrate small wins. Every time you speak, give yourself credit, whether it's one sentence or a full conversation. Record yourself. Listening back can help you notice improvements and areas to work on without judgment. Remember, speaking is a skill that grows with practice. The more you speak, the more natural it feels, and soon you'll surprise yourself with how well you can communicate. Keep speaking, keep smiling, and enjoy your English journey. Section 8. Keep the momentum. Your daily English habit. Consistency is the secret sauce to mastering English. It's not about doing hours of study every day, but about making English a part of your daily life in a way that feels fun and natural. Here's how to keep your momentum going. Set small, achievable goals. Maybe it's 10 minutes of listening, shadowing a short dialogue, or speaking to yourself while cooking. Make English part of your routine. Listen to English podcasts during your commute, watch a short video while having coffee, or think in English before bed. Mix it up. Try different activities like listening, speaking, reading, or writing to keep things interesting. Celebrate your progress. Every day you spend with English brings you closer to fluency, so be proud of yourself. Be patient and kind. Some days will be easier than others, and that's okay. Just keep showing up. Remember, learning English is a marathon, not a sprint. Building a daily habit keeps your skills growing steadily and makes English a natural part of who you are. You're doing amazing. Keep it up. Closing, you're on your way to English fluency. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, every bit of practice you do is a step closer to understanding and speaking English naturally and confidently. Keep training your ear, practicing your speaking, and building that daily habit because that's how real progress happens. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with your friends who are also learning English. Together, we can grow and succeed. And don't forget to leave a comment or message. I love hearing from you and supporting your journey. Keep shining, keep speaking, and I'll see you in the next episode.